But I'm here with Chris and Costas Evangelou, guys. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
So I'll start with you, Chris. Just coming back off a broken hand. I mean, it happens in boxing, but that's a terrible injury, isn't it? You just
not good. It's your main tools, really.
Yeah.
I've never actually broken a bone in my body ever in all my life. And then the time God decides to allow me to break a bone was in the first round of a title fight. So it was a big test, and when you come through something like that, it really reveals your character to yourself that, you know what, I could go to the depths of hell and carry on fighting.
Yeah.
So when you go into another fight, it's not as daunting because you know how far you've been before. But coming back from broken hand, you know, it takes a lot longer than I thought it was going to take. It took a lot longer, just because I tried to get back so quickly and I kept hitting it and I kept re-hurting it. So it took a little bit longer, but thank God we've got the fight now, and I'm booked up.
Yeah.
Getting ready to fight now.
You're ready to roar, aren't you?
Yeah.
It's a long time out.
Yeah, I've lost the weight. I made weight 3 weeks early, which is never like me. I'm always bang on weight when I weigh in on the day, and sometimes I have to kind of like go for a couple of walks before I get on the scales. But this time I've done a different diet, experience, I know my body, and I've made the weight.
Yeah, good. So
good.
how's your training been going then, coming back off the injury and just kind of getting your head back in the game? And how's that been going?
It's up and down. Like some days you're like, yeah, I can't wait to get back in the ring, I'm ready. And then other days you feel your hand that night and it's sore and you're icing it and you're thinking, do you know what, I don't think I'm that ready yet. So it plays with your mental stability a little bit, but I'm very confident. I'm a confident guy in general in life. You know, I thrive on pressure. You know, I do get nervous before fights, just like every other boxer does, and if you don't, you're not normal. But I'm ready to go. Training's gone perfect. As I said, I've made the weight. I'm not trying to make a stupid weight now like I used to. I'm making a realistic weight. I'm a welterweight. I'm a comfortable welterweight. I'm making welterweight, so I'm still having to diet to make the welterweight. So imagine what I used to do when I was a light welterweight. I was killing myself.
Yeah, sure.
So now I'm comfortable and I'm finally enjoying the journey. It's not a strain like it used to be.
Yeah, good. And Costas, what's it like for you being able to work with your son? Well, that's got to be good.
Well, it's good to be around him, and for his career, if I felt he wasn't able or technically able to, you know, move and to succeed, I would have pulled him out because you don't want to see your son get hurt. But because he's a top draw, he was a top draw amateur, and he's a top draw as a professional as well. And we haven't seen his full potential as yet because I travelled the world with him. I followed his career. I've been to every country he's boxed as an amateur, and I've seen how he's dealt with the top quality boxers as amateurs, Russians, Germans, Romanians, you know, all different international boxers. So I know his capability. And because of plagued with injuries, it held us back. But now he's back, full recovery. So you're going to see a different Chris to what they've seen the past couple of years. Believe me, he'll be a different Chris in the ring on the 19th of September.
I feel it's come out in spells in my fights. Like, you know, I've got a couple one-round stoppages on my belt, and that's just me going in the ring and naturally just being Chris Evangelou, being confident and thriving. But the thing is, I think being plagued, and I don't want to blame all this because boxers all have different things going on with their lives all the time. But I was plagued with a hand injury early on in my career, and I bit the bullet and I carried on and I persevered. And 5 years on, I'm still here. I'm still doing it. So, you know, I think credit where credit's due, where I haven't given up in any respect. And if anything, I'm at the best place I've ever been in, with the best coach I could be with, my management, the promotion, my fans, and I found my experience. And I think the equilibrium, you know, where it's sort of crossed now. I'm at the place where I'm experienced, and I've still got the youth, I've still got the hunger, you know, for the sport. So
good place to be, isn't it?
It is a good place, yeah.
And Costa, just touch on some of the other guys you've got in your stable. Nick Parpa, I mean,
another great potential as well. Yeah, he's excellent. Cruiserweight.
Yeah,
he's superb. You know, you invest. You've got to believe in some. You've got to believe in them to be with them. And I would hate to be with someone that is just getting in the ring for me, to go through the motions. He has to have a goal in, you know, aim and have ambition. And they all have. So I've got Chris, his brother Andreas, who's at the moment undefeated, and Chris Papa, one round.
Nick Papa.
Nick, what did I say?
Chris Puffer.
Chris and Nick Puffer.
We do that. We just blend the names. It's fine.
Blend the names. Yeah. You know, first minute stoppage, and we're going to see a lot more of Nick Puffer as well as the boys progress as well. It's a good stable. It's a very good stable.
Yeah, and that's got to be good for you. I mean, because there's a lot of all three of you guys just got to sharpen each other, right?
Of course.
And now we've done Charles as well together.
We've done Charles. It's a team, and you know, when we go running on Saturday mornings in Hampstead Heath up the hills, and it's, you know, it's nice to be one of the most experienced in the group. You know, with Don, and he's given me a big responsibility of looking after the group when he's not there, or he's taken a few of the boys away. So it's kind of like giving me the captain role kind of thing, which is a big honour. And you know, I'm flattered to have that. But it's good because it's bonding. Even though you're in the ring on your own, you know, you train together. You know, you're dieting together. You're going through the struggles together. It brings you together a lot easier. And when you're fighting, you've got your team behind you.
I think that's something that fighters have particularly. I mean, even in other team sports, even if it's football or rugby or whatever, I think I say this to my wife all the time. Because when I used to fight, there's nothing like, you know, punching your friends in the face. You know what I mean? It just brings you really close.
It does.
And that team spirit and exactly what you're talking about. So I get it.
So you're having a fight, and then you hug afterwards, and you have a joke around, or even just before the bell rings, you're having a laugh with him, and you're like, "How you doing, mate? Yeah, you're going down, yeah." And then as soon as the bell goes, you're in the zone. You've got to try and outwit each other. You've got to hit each other, outstrength each other, and it's a weird sport. I don't know. I don't know why I do it sometimes, but I do.
Well, but I think those relationships you build, you know,
it's
I think
true.
they're closer than anything else.
Yeah, it's funny when even your opponent, as soon as the bell goes at the end, you're both so relieved it's kind of over in a way, because all the nerves and everything. You become like best friends in about 2 seconds. Yeah. So it's funny. It's an interesting sport.
Yeah. Well, good. Can't wait for your fight. Cool. Really looking forward. Thanks for coming
by. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
Thanks.
Yes,
Chris and Costas Evangelou, everyone.
Thanks, guys.